Hi, everyone. How are you? It's been a little bit since I've been back, been here, and I apologize for that. But as some of you know, and if you don't know that already, was diagnosed with bladder cancer last fall. So lots of things going on. I'm doing well, but it's going through some treatment and all that stuff. Can get stressful. So I had some time where I just needed to take some time for myself, which is a good thing for you guys to think about too when you get stressed out. Take some time for you so you can have time to regenerate, think, find focus, and then go back to what you're doing. So anyway, I wanted to talk tonight. I've been working with several different like one-on-one clients, and much of it we talk about is that them finding that connection to the horse because they feel disconnected, and much of that comes from the fact that they focus on position and technique so much with good intentions. They want to do it well. Instructors are working with them saying, and instructors have good intentions too, but sometimes as instructors, we can get caught up in teaching so much about position and technique that it's not taught with the idea of how it truly is part of the communication to the horse and much of the communication to the horse and keeping the horse fully in mind. And so what happens is riders become very disconnected. They get very in their head, trying to do so well, about themselves, trying to fix everything. And they lose the purpose for how their position and technique affects the horse. And that it's a form of it's their way, our way as riders of communicating in a two-way line of communication with the horse. So it's learning to, the idea of shifting your perspective to better understand the horse's needs. It becomes, and again, riders don't do this necessarily. Generally, they don't out of an intention, like egotistically or they don't care about their horse. They certainly do, but they get so caught up in themselves that it's more about what I need from the horse as opposed to what the horse needs from me. And so shifting that perspective of what does the horse need from me? And as you work with that and get better at figuring out what the horse needs from you and then addressing those needs, you will see that you're going to get what you need as well. You're going to get what you desire as well. And it'll be so much more fun, a lot less stress. So when you really open up your mind and body and listen and respond to the horse effectively, you will be amazed at what happens. So when you're working with the horse and you have your horse and you want to be open and think, what kind of walk do I have? What kind of trot do I have? Am I getting, so is this walk or trot or canter or whatever we're doing going to, be the best for the horse to do their job the best? And is my horse crooked? Well, how can I, yeah, maybe, most horses are one way or another. Well, if my horse is crooked, how can I help them be straight? How can I help them have the quality of canter that will get the best job done? How can I help them, you know, find their own focus in the ring? Say if they're looking out of the ring a lot and spooky, how can I help support them and redirect them, as opposed to, well, he's not listening to me. More like, what can I do to help them through this? What can I do to help support them and make them straighter? What can I do to, what are all the things I can do as a rider? So you're still taking all those things you're learning, you're taking the tools and techniques, but you're thinking, how are they going to accomplish the result of helping my horse be the best that they can be? And if I'm supporting them and being the best that they can be, then I will get results that I want, right? So if I have, say, a hunter jumper rider, and I'm going around courses, and if I support, if I help my horse have their best canter, help my horse be straight, help my horse find the best track, the jumps are going to just come up to you, right? So if you can work on all of those things instead of getting caught up in, oh man, my left leg isn't working and I have to fix that left heel, as opposed to, well, why would it help? How would it help my horse if I got deeper in my left heel and move my left leg here? What is that going to do? Well, it'll support my horse, keep them straighter. It will, help me stay balanced over my horse so that I stay out of my horse's way, or whatever it may be. Why is it I need to use this rein this way? how is it going to help my horse? Not because I just need to put it there, but truly, how is it going to affect my horse? And playing with that too as riders. We're so used to taking instruction and following instruction and waiting to what you hear and then doing what you're told, that, being a little bit curious and playing with, well, if I use this rein, what does it do? Oh, sense of discovery. This really helped my horse. I feel that. So staying open that way, and what does your horse need? And in that, you start then balancing the mindset part. You balance, like, I'm being aware. I'm paying attention to my horse underneath me. I'm bringing awareness to it, because that's the mindfulness part. I'm bringing awareness to what's going on with my horse, an awareness of what's happening in me and what they may need from me and how I may want to shift my body. And remembering that, it's a two-way communication, right? With the horse, you're talking with the horse, saying, what do you need from me? You're not saying this is what I need from you necessarily. You can shift it a little bit and saying, what do you need from me? And then they'll respond, and they may say, shake their head and be tight in the jaw, and it's like, ooh, I'm a little too locked up. Okay, I got to soften. I'm locked up here. Let me soften that. And then you feel them get better, and you give, and they behave, and then you soften. They get the reward, right? So then they're happier to be where they are. So that's where you start opening up your mind to being aware to what's going on with your horse. What are their needs? Where are you getting caught up in yourself and maybe overdoing and thinking, oh, if I just let go here, or if I allow this there. Like I had actually one of my coaching sessions today, working with someone, she was just saying that she had this great awareness we've been working on her minds, different stuff around her business, and she's a professional. I'm helping her with her business, but she's bringing it to her riding. She's a trainer, trying to think about how she wants to define her approach to her training, because it is quite unique, and she's very good at what she does. And she said she has this nice mare she just purchased, nice warm blood mare, and she got on. The mare was a little awake. She wasn't being wild or bad, but a little awake. And my client wanted to kind of contain it, as we all often do. And then she realized, she kind of went into herself and it's like, where am I right now? That was great, right? Very great awareness. Where am I right now? Oh, I'm getting a little too over, too tension here, and I'm expecting too much too fast. I'm just going to let go of that a little bit and allow this mare to relax and just follow her around for a while. And then all that energy in the mare quickly dissipated, and they had a fabulous ride, because the rider took a moment to see where she was at mindfully, and realizing that she needed to bring herself down and not be so demanding, and then listening to the horse. What does the horse need? She gave her horse what it needed. Very quickly, it all settled out, and she got the ride she wanted, instead of going the other way around at it. So that was a great example. So that's where you want to kind of think about, where am I? What is it in me? Is there tension? Did I bring tension to my riding? Did I have a busy day and at work and there's all this stuff? What is it in me first? Where am I? And then now, if I need to reset myself a little bit, maybe you take a few minutes just to walk and breathe and all that. Then you can be more, work with the technical training stuff, because you're approaching your horse in a mindful way. You're present, you're relaxed, and then you can use the training techniques and stuff to ask for certain things or support your horse in a certain way, without this rigid demand or tension or worry or whatever it may be. So it really is about being very mindful and staying present and fully engaged with your horse, but fully engaged with yourself as well. So you are getting out of your head about, what do I want from the horse? But in order for you to engage with the horse, you have to engage with yourself and be honest with yourself and say, where am I at? What am I feeling? What's going on right now? And how can I bring my best self to this horse? I want the horse to bring their best self to me, but how can I bring my best self to my horse mentally? And, we don't always come with our best selves. We got the stuff goes on in life, right? So you might have to like I said earlier, do a little reset. Oh, I'm not quite there right now yet. If you can't quite get there, then you say, today's going to be an easier ride because I'm not in the place to support my horse. I'm not in the place to listen to my horse and give them what they need. But if we do something easy and stuff, we'll be productive. We'll get some things done. But I'm not going to ask more than I I can, and still, if I'm not in that place to be able to listen and support my horse. So that's where your mindset and your awareness still needs to be there. But it's thinking of it and shifting that perspective in a way that you're doing it for your horse. And as you do that, you'll be amazed at how your results will change. You'll get just so much more joyful rides, which certainly you're looking for, right? You'll find that connection with your horse because you're going to be listening to them, right? You're going to be working with them and with a two-way communication and respecting them, and they will respect you better as well. And it'll work. It'll go well, and you'll get so much more success each time you ride. Some rides will be better than others. Some days, like I said, you come to the barn with more on your plate, and it may be harder to let it all go. But even for that, if you want to learn to get to the barn in an even better place, in an even better state, then work on a transition plan from work or from wherever you're at before you ride to get yourself in a more mindful, more present state so that you can have that communication and connection with your horse. Because if you can't communicate with them in two directions, in both, not just telling, but hearing what they need, then you won't get that connection. So if you do that, say you work another job or whatever, and you come from your work, you take the time you're driving and say, work's done. I'm not accepting any phone calls. I'm not doing that. I'm listening to my favorite music, whatever it may be, or a calming podcast that puts you in the right mindset, whatever works for you. And then really transition your mind into being present, and maybe being present with your drive and noticing the scenery and just getting out of your head about worrying about your day. And then when you get to the barn, in your routine with grooming, slow everything down and work with all that, so that when you do get on your horse and then you warm up with that mindset, when you're warming up, that's when you're thinking, where am I? What state am I in? And if you do that earlier, you can let go of a lot of it so that you are ready to listen to your horse. You are ready to connect to your horse and create that two-way conversation that will get you the best connection and get you the best ride. So it's really there is a part about you that's very important. It's about you letting go of an agenda and I need my horse to do this, but instead you becoming more mindful, more present. So it's better for you, it's better for your horse, and then ultimately you'll get that connection and that better ride. And just keep working at it. So Jon Kabat-Zinn has a great quote. Jon Kabat-Zinn is a famous mindfulness teacher and practitioner, and he was one of the first ones who brought it to the United States, and he created the mindfulness based stress reduction program. And he uses this quote, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. So some days you'll get there and you're like, I just can't stop this craziness in my head. But the more you do it, the sooner you'll be able to get out of that. And the more you do that, the sooner you get out of that, then you get more connected to your horse, right? So, and again, like I said, if there's days you can't get out, that's okay. Be kind to yourself, be kind to your horse, and say, this isn't the day for us to do a lot of work. And that will carry through to the next time when you are in a better place, that you won't be fixing what was messed up when you were trying to make it all happen because maybe you weren't in the right mindset. And then you got to go back and fix all that happened instead of just saying, you know what, I'm going to keep it simple today. And then work on the next time. Hopefully I'll come to the table where I'm in a better place to listen and support my horse. So it really is important for you to work on that mindset and stay very open to your horse, and bringing all the technical things in are great, but bringing them in with a purpose and understanding their purpose and how they support your horse's needs. So if you have any questions or would like to dig into this further and need some support, again, I do one-on-one coaching. I do virtual lessons. If you want to connect, and certainly clinics if you're within the Northeast area, northeastern, like New York, Vermont, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, etc., Massachusetts area. I do clinics. I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't think I'm going to travel far away for clinics, but I also do talks. So if you want some kind, if you're further away, I'm happy to do a talk for your barn. I'm doing one on California on Wednesday, and I'm doing another one in Wisconsin for a group in Wisconsin next week. So I do that as well. So if you, in that, if you want to dig in more and get more help around this, reach out to me at lisa@mindfulequestrian.com, and just take the what we've been working on now and bring it to your, or what I've been talking about now, and bring it to your horse, and just try it out. Give it a try. And I'm just seeing Colleen says your clinics are the best. Thank you, Colleen, for that great support. I love and you for your kind words. I love doing my clinics, so I really do like it when I can be in person with people. But what's so cool nowadays with technology is we can do it in all different ways. So reach out if you want to do something. And like I said, I have one-on-one coaching, and I have to figure out maybe how to do virtual lessons. Are cool. I wonder if virtual clinics, that might be a little more than I want to handle, but certainly reach out for virtual lessons if you're interested in that. So anyway, take care. Enjoy this. Go test this out with your horses and bring some awareness to your mindset, and then open yourself up to your horses and really try to listen to what they need from you, and understand how your techniques and position and technique is supporting their needs instead of it becoming about you. So have a wonderful night, and I hope to see you soon.